Before this video begins, would you please consider hitting the subscribe button down below? I'm trying to hit 1,000 subs by the end of the year. It would really help me and the channel, and yeah, it'd mean a lot to me. Please hit subscribe down below. Before we get into Pink Floyd's Meddle, is it that way around, or is it that way? Anyway, before we get into that, I've had a few people ask me if I'm ever going to do live streams, and I want to run it by you because the first impressions videos I do, obviously I cut the content out. I can't play that music like that in a video because it gets taken down or it gets blocked or demonetized or whatever the word is. And so that's why I can't do that. But if we did it live, I would be able to react to some of your songs or some music in general. That works. That's what people do. I see them do it all the time on YouTube. So I was thinking that I could do that. And if you want to join me live, you could suggest songs or bands or artists or whatever for me to listen to. And we can have fun together. Now, if you'd like to see that, let me know and I'll definitely do that. But I have to hit 1,000 subs before I can live stream on my phone. YouTube will not let me live stream on my phone until I hit 1,000 subs, which is weird because it will let me live stream using the webcam or anything connected to the PC. I don't understand that rule, but yeah, it is what it is. So that's why I'm really going to start advertising that subscribe button. But anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for Pink Floyd's 1971 album, Meddle. Now, I always thought it was later in the 70s, but apparently it's not. I looked it up before this. This is brilliant. This is amazing. And, this is where Pink Floyd really start to get into their sound and into their own. Just fantastic. So, let's start with the looks. This is one of the coolest album covers I've ever seen. Obviously, well, maybe not obvious to you. I don't know. Depends on how smart you know. But it's a pig's ear. That's sort of got like... It looks like a photo of a pig's ear that's had its contrast really fucked with. And then they pour water on it, or it's like water droplets. And you can there's the whole picture. That is really cool. And it has one of the best gatefolds ever as well. I love that picture of the band. More bands need to do pictures like that. Especially early 70s with that long hair. That was the kind of... When I had my hair long, that was the kind of look I was going for. Of course, these guys are so much more attractive than me. But that's what I was going for. Absolutely brilliant. And this is the 2016 reissue. I believe around that time, the Pink Floyd record label, or it's just called Pink Floyd Records, reissued them all, which is cool. So that's the same label you're going to see on pretty much all the other ones. But yeah, it's such a fantastic album. So let's talk about the songs. As I said, this album is a masterpiece. So it kicks off with the instrumental, the powerful instrumental, One of These Days. One of these days I'm going to cut you into little pieces. I can't do the voice. I'm sorry, I can't do the voice. But that is the only moment, I believe it's the only moment, in the whole Pink Floyd discography where Nick Mason did vocals. I believe he does that weird-ass voice halfway through the song. But the song is amazing. The synths and the guitar, the way it flows, and really builds up this start of the album. It's one of the greatest opening tracks to an album, especially for an instrumental track. It's brilliant and really kicks us off. Then we go into A Pillar of Winds, which the contrast is just astonishing between One of These Days going into A Pillar of Winds. So A Pillar of Winds is a very light acoustic track, but it sounds so different, but it's still amazing. And the way they could put that track after the first one, it's such a great 1-2 combo. I think that's what you call it. So a 1-2 combo is like Abbey Road starting with Come Together and then Something. Those two songs are perfect together, and you get the same thing with this album. Those two songs, But anyway, the vocals on Pillar of Winds are astonishing, absolutely stunning. And then we have the 6-minute song Fearless, which is beautiful. I love the time signature on the guitar. The do-do-do-do-do-do. The way it goes up is brilliant. And the way the drumming followed it, astonishing. And I believe it's David Gilmour on vocals who just kills it. And actually, so somebody had asked me, and I don't think I replied, but it's British slang, and I didn't think that my slang was going to affect people. But when I say he killed it, it means that he did really, really well. But somebody, anyway, didn't understand, but that's what it means. He kills the vocals, it's brilliant. From there, we have the amazing song Saint Tropez. I hope I'm pronouncing that right, which it's gorgeous. Roger Waters' lyrics are spot on, and the vocals are amazing. And I love the use of the steel guitar. It's the only song on the album that has that special guitar on it, and it sounds so crisp, and it sounds so good. I love the way it grooves. It sounds like, you know, it sounds like you're sipping martinis on the Miami Beach. It's brilliant. It's so like every song on this album has a different sound to it, which it's just cool. It sounds amazing, and it's really a cool song. I could see James Bond having a drink to this. It's brilliant. And then the really short song, Seamus. Samus? I'm going to say Seamus. It's basically a weird country song about a dog with lots of dog barking sounds, and it's honestly one of the worst Pink Floyd songs. I'm not a fan of it. And I have heard that it's album filler. The band themselves said they needed to fill up a bit of time, so they put it in. It's not worth your time listening. But then side 2, which I'm gonna get it out to show you. Side 2. We have the song, the greatest prog rock song of all time, Echoes. Now this song is amazing. I love the harmonies between Richard Wright and David Gilmour. Stunning. And I love the lyrics where I throw the windows open right wide and call to you across the sky. Beautiful lyrics. So it starts off like a prog rock song with these gorgeous instrumentation, these great guitars, and then it fades down and out about like the 10-minute mark, and it sounds like you're riding an albatross through these mystic hills. I imagine, you know, if I put the song on and I shut my eyes, I imagine these really tall mountains with these, you know, where you can see the clouds, you're above the clouds. When the albatross sounds, which they have in the song, start playing, I can imagine the bird flying through these tall mountains and in and out of the clouds. It is stunning. It's truly brilliant. It's so much better than that Atom Heart Mother, which is about the same length. And the way the song builds up and up and up back into the original prog rock song from the beginning is brilliant. And then the same amazing harmonies come back in. And it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I believe, so I might be wrong on my Pink Floyd logic here, but I believe the Pompeii live show was around the same time, and they played Echoes live there, and that's a brilliant version. Pink Floyd did a live show in an empty amphitheatre, and they filmed it, and I believe this is around the same time. Now, if you're a huge Pink Floyd fan, and you know this, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's the same time, and that's an amazing live album. I don't know whether it's out on an album. Anyway, that's amazing too. But Echoes is brilliant. It's my favourite prog rock, psychedelic rock song. You can't get better. And after this album, Pink Floyd, or at least Roger Waters, started to get a bit more serious with his writing, or more commercialised. He said in an interview, I heard him say out his mouth that he didn't want to make 20-minute long epic songs anymore, because he knew the albums weren't selling that well. Although they're classic masterpieces, the band was in a bit of trouble because they weren't making as much money as the record label wanted them to. That's why after this one you have, Obscured by Clouds, that's what it's called. And then you have Dark Side of the Moon, one of the best-selling albums of all time. But anyway, that's besides the point. In conclusion, so this is an 8 out of 10. I've said it about 9 times already, but this is a masterpiece. And if you've never heard it, you definitely need to go and hear this, because it's brilliant. There's not much more to say. It's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. And the production is gorgeous, and everything about it is amazing. Now, when they were doing the live shows for this album, that's where they got the idea and started writing down and recording the songs for Obscured by Clouds, which is the next album we're going to cover. Thanks for watching. Let me know about the whole live thing if you're interested, and I'll see you again soon. Take care, everyone.